I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.
Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode 663 of the Immigration Answer Show. We are coming up on episode 666. That should be interesting. Maybe we could have the devil himself, Donald Trump, on the show to celebrate episode 666. How's everybody doing? What's going on in your neck of the woods? This is the Immigration Answer Show. I'll be talking about all things immigration related for the next hour or so. But first, I want to start off with that pig, Donald Trump. So this guy has no respect for the military. None. Zero. Zip. He skipped out on the Vietnam War by getting his daddy to find a doctor to say he had bone spurs. And as a candidate, he antagonized Gold Star families. When he was in Europe, he didn't want to go visit a cemetery with U.S. soldiers in it because he was going to get wet. Rained on. But now the latest outrage when it comes to Trump and the military, I remember, I should remind you also, he said that John McCain, who spent years in a Vietnamese prisoner of war camp being tortured, he said John McCain wasn't a hero because he got captured. I like my heroes who don't get captured. He said that he didn't want to go visit a hospital where injured soldiers were because they were losers who got injured. So now a family of a soldier killed in Afghanistan 3 years ago invited him to the cemetery in Arlington, which is one of our most sacred spaces in the United States. It's where we go to honor all of the women and men who have served our country. And it's a place where there's not supposed to be any political activity. The Trump administration was told that. Despite that, we have that idiot moron Trump going like this over the grave of the dead soldier. And when a civil servant tried to stop them from filming where they weren't supposed to, where they were told they weren't supposed to, they got accosted, physically attacked. It's really disgusting, these people. You know, I've been thinking about writing a piece about, I believe that there are certain things that people do that disqualify them from getting my vote. So, you know, when you make fun of Gold Star families, or when you mock the disabled, or when you grab women by their private parts and brag about it, to me, that's disqualifying from high office. That'd be disqualifying from mayor. So how people can vote for this guy and support him because he's going to give tax cuts to really rich people, that's why you're supporting him? The guy doesn't care about anybody but himself. We had to listen to him for a full 4 years. I don't know that I can stand another 4 years of this guy. He's surrounding himself with some really bad people. And to think that he could be our president, to think that 44% of our fellow citizens support this guy, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. The guy is one of the worst human beings that have ever walked this planet. He's a terrible, terrible person. So in any event, we'll get to immigration here in a minute. I have prepared I think it's 20-minute video on Project 2025 as it relates specifically to immigration. That should drop next week. I'm not going to have too many shows next week because I'm traveling. I'm going to a YouTube conference. So we'll just have a couple shows next week. Tomorrow I'll give you the schedule. But that recording that I did where I walked through all the Project 2025 stuff, that's all going to be laid out for you. So if you need to educate yourself while Huli puts in her eye drops, if you need to educate yourself about immigration and you want to have talking points when you talk to friends and neighbors about how the candidates are different on immigration, feel free to check that one out. If you haven't hopped into the waiting room, you got a question for me, go right ahead. It's wide open. Today's Thursday. You know, that's the day people don't like to be on camera that much, but we'll see how it goes. I see a lot of our friends here. We got TNT, Creaky Bones, Jay Cruz, JD is here, Gabriella, Lindy, Tyrone, John wants to ask a question. Just hop on into the waiting room. Oh, John's there. So we'll get to John. All right. Who else is here? Hina, of course. Laura, Temmy's here. JD, I mentioned. Emmanuel, Abel, Nurse Laura, if I didn't give her a shout out already. Maggie, and then we have 57 friends watching on TikTok. So I'll take questions from YouTube and questions from TikTok, and we'll go back and forth like that. So as I promised, let's talk to John. Hi, John. You're on mute.
Hi, sir.
Hi, John. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm an active U.S. Army soldier. As you can see me, I'm on duty presently.
Well, thank you for your service.
You're welcome. The question I have is, I'm originally from Africa. I came here in 2022, March, but I have a fiancé that I have been dating for a long time. We have 2 kids now. But from 2022, I came here, I never visit back. Now, I want to file for her to process her documents for her to be transferred in the US. But I want to do a marriage in absentia. I need an advice.
Those are really tough to pull off. You would like do an online wedding through Utah or something? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, online wedding. But from the time I came to US as a single person, because I never married yet, although we'll have 2 kids, I never visit them back.
Okay, and so are you saying because you're in the military that you won't be able to go visit her anytime soon to get married face to face?
That's the problem now, because I already got an assignment to move to South Korea. So I did not have time now to go Africa to make any marriage now. That's why I want to do it, marrying absentia, for me to start the process.
Okay, so the only problem that I have is that at some point you're going to have to go visit her because you're going to have to show that the online marriage was consummated. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
So you're going to have some time off at some point to go see her. Otherwise, the online marriage won't be valid for purposes of the I-130.
Okay.
So will you have time, say, in the next 6 months to go see her? Or when putting immigration to the side, when would be the first time you could actually go see her?
When? Come again?
Forget about immigration for a minute. How long will it be till you can go see her face to face?
I don't have answer to this time, because I don't have time yet to prepare for me to go there. That's the thing.
So then I'm worried that you could file the I-130 and they could say, you have to prove that you consummated it. You haven't been to see her. We're going to give you 80 days to go. And then you're stuck in the military and you can't go. And then the case is denied. So I don't know that filing a case with an online marriage is going to get you very far if you can't go see her sometime soon.
Come again, sir.
Okay. So if you can't prove that you saw her sometime soon, like you could, let's say you did an online marriage, okay? And let's say you filed an I-130 petition. In 6 or 7 months, they're going to send you a letter, a request for evidence, and they're going to say, John, we don't think we can approve your case because you've given us no evidence that the marriage was consummated. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So if you haven't gone to see her, you couldn't have consummated it, even though you already have kids. Those were before the marriage. So if if you don't think you can get to see her sometime in the next year because of the military, then I think you're better off waiting until you actually go see her, getting a real marriage, not an online marriage, and then filing then.
Okay, that's one point. So let me ask
Do
you
you
this.
understand,
So
do you understand why? Do you understand why? I want to make sure you
yeah,
understand why.
yeah, I understand why.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm here. You got a question for me?
Yeah, yeah, I have it. So now let me say if I do the online marriage now, because I want them to receive the military benefits of BH, because since I'm single here, I didn't have a BH. So if I do the online marriage now and start their process, then after 2-3 months, I visit them. Let me say I do the program on this August ending. Then I visit them on let me say January or February or December.
So to me, if you can
Mm-hmm.
actually go see her in November, December, January, or February, if that's true, I would
Mm-hmm.
rather you wait to file until you have a real marriage. If an online marriage isn't going to get you very far, I think it just causes lots of problems. If you're going to go see her and it's going to be sometime in the next 3 to 4 months, I'd rather you wait unless those kids are about to turn 18. If the kids aren't about to turn 18, then I'm not worried about it.
Now the kids, the highest age of the elder kid is 6 years.
So if you think you can go see her in the next 6 months, I'd rather you just wait and get married face to face, a real marriage, not an online marriage, because that could just cause you trouble.
Okay.
Thanks, John. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
See ya. All right, all right. Narab is here. Hi, Narab.
Hey Jim, how's it going?
Great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I came on and griped about how long my receipt was taking, and then, the subsequent sort of 2 or 3 days, I got my receipt. So pleased about that.
Awesome.
I have a question for a friend though. They had their priority date for their EB2 retrogressed, but they still had their green card approved. I think sort of based on what I've seen on your videos, it's like you have to be wary when that happens. So what are like sort of the steps that my friend may need to take to make sure they're on solid ground?
So here's what I'll say about that. There have been a couple people that have emailed me, come on the show, called about that. I think it's a known problem right now. I haven't seen much guidance on it yet, but I would say that have your friend look for my YouTube channel and I'll figure it out sometime in the next week or so, and then I'll make a video about it.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Thanks, Narab. See you, buddy. All right, let's go over to TikTok and see what questions we have. Gregory says, Jim, I recently had my interview and the officer gave me a white form for police certificate passport. Okay. Well, that means they don't like the police certificate that you have, and so got to go get it. I don't know what else the question is. Common sense. What are needed to adjustment of status after arriving with a K-1 visa? Okay. That's from Common Sense. So Common Sense, once the fiance arrives, you have to get married within 90 days. Once you get married, you would file for adjustment of status. You would do that by filing an I-485. If it were me and I had the money, I would go ahead and file an I-131 for advanced parole, an I-765 for work authorization. I would go ahead and redo my medical to try to make the case go faster. And then you would need an affidavit of support, an I-864 from the petitioner, from the U.S. citizen. So those are the forms. You'd file all that, you'd pay the filing fees, and then you'd be off to the races. All right. Let's go to SFO. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Jim. How are you doing? Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Sam.
Sir, my I-30 has been pending for last 21 months and no interview yet. And like whenever I am trying to put the inquiry date on the USCIS app, is keep like moving me 3 months forward, 4 months forward. So I don't understand why. Number one question. And second question, like if my I-30 is pending, can I apply for a payroll?
So, are you inside the United States or outside the United States?
I'm inside, sir.
And are you married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder?
The U.S. citizen.
And you filed the I-130 and the 485, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you file them together?
Yes, sir.
And how many months has it been since you filed the I-130 and the 485?
So I-31 was done it on 22nd of November 2022, and then I-85 has been pending for last 286 days.
So you didn't file them together,
Yeah, my lawyer did. I didn't do it. Sorry.
but they weren't filed at the same time. That's all I care about.
No. Yeah. Did not. No. After that, so
Okay.
that is 600 something days on I-30, and 286 days for I-85. They took my fingerprints. I did my fingerprints, and I thought now it's gonna be my interview date. But since then, it's like fingerprints has been taken last year, December.
What city do you live in?
I live in California, sir.
Okay. And were you in status at the time that you got married?
My case was in the court. I
You
was
were
in a removal proceeding. Yeah.
So, okay. So you have a Shabazz situation. You, so let's back up. When did you come to the United States?
15.
And then how did you end up in removal? Just as an overstay or something else?
No, sir. My case was asylum, and I got I referred to the case in 2021.
You what in the case in 2021?
No, so they sent me to the court, the USCIS. They sent me to the court in 2021.
And so you had an asylum interview and it didn't go well.
Yes.
And then they referred you to the immigration court. Okay.
Yes, sir. And they put me a date. My date was originally 6 July 2023, and now like that asylum court case one, and now they put it in 2027. And then I got I fell in love and I got married in 2022 July.
So what's
the
status of your deportation case?
So I saw it in EOIR. It's showing me that your next date is in the code is 2027, February 2027.
And did you file the 485 with USCIS or with the court?
No, with the USCIS, sir, not the code.
So that wasn't. If you're under the jurisdiction of the immigration court of the EOIR, they don't have jurisdiction over your 485. So that was a mistake.
Oh, I don't know, sir. My lawyer did that, so I don't know. They told me, he told me that we're gonna do it the I-30 first, and when the petition is gonna approve, then we're gonna go to the court. But after that, it's been a long time, so I've been keep asking them. They're not answering my calls or texts. They are just sending me that just wait.
Okay, so if I were you, what I would do is I would hire our firm to file a lawsuit to get your I-130 approved. Everything's okay with the marriage?
Yes, sir.
Your spouse is on board. Are they tough? Is your spouse tough? Because you got to have a tough spouse when you marry someone in deportation.
Yeah, she loves me, so.
That wasn't my question. I'm glad she loves you. Is she tough?
Yeah, she's tough.
I mean, because when you file for a marriage-based I-130, when you're already in removal, you have to show by a higher standard. It's not just a regular old I-130. You have to show by clear and convincing evidence that the marriage is real. They presume that you got married just to save your butt from deportation. So you've got to prove it by a higher level. Did your lawyer? There's a good faith marriage exception that you have to formally request when you file an I-130. Did your lawyer file that with USCIS?
I don't know, sir. I didn't ask him.
Okay. So I think what you should do is have us take a look at your whole file, and then if you don't have a good faith marriage exception on file, to file that and to file a lawsuit to get them to decide your I-130, because you need to get that taken care of so that you can shut down your deportation and then get your 485 decided by USCIS. That's the goal.
So, like once we, like as you said, sir, once we do that, if I get past 130, so then I'm gonna go back to the court and tell them to just remove that because I have 130 approved. So it's gonna take like 3 to 4, 6 months, and then 485 is gonna take a year and a half too, right?
Well, truth be told, SFO, right now the big problem is getting them to pay attention that you have an approved I-130. Like right now, we have a deportation case that we've had freaking for 8 years, I think, and he's set for his individual hearing in October in Kansas City. Okay, and so he has an approved I-130. We've been sending them emails. We filed a motion to ask them to join in with us. We've called them. We've done everything to try to get their attention. So the hardest thing right now, after you get your I-130 approved, is to actually get them to pay attention to the fact that you have the I-130 so that you can then go ahead and adjust your status. So I don't know. I think your timeline is probably a little too optimistic. I think probably what you're talking about is lawsuit to get I-130 approved, 3 months. Your court date's not till 2027. What they're telling us in Kansas City, oh, we'll look at it like 2 weeks before court. So the hard part's going to be getting them to pay attention to it, because everybody and his brother is asking to have things terminated now because everybody thinks that Trump might come, right? So they're trying to get it taken care of now. So that's your biggest thing. So that could take 6 months. Then after that, it's probably 8 or 9 months for your green card. But so don't be in any hurry is what I'm telling you.
No, I'm not. I'm just like trying to understand. And sir, like, can I apply for a payroll? My I-30 is pending? No?
My brother, you're in deportation. You're not going anywhere. You're not paroling anywhere.
Oh, okay, sir.
You're staying here until you get your green card.
All right. I appreciate it. And how much is the fees for a lawsuit, sir?
It's $5,000 plus the $405 filing fee. $5,000 plus the $405 filing fee.
And it's gonna approximately take 3 months, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Bye, buddy. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I gotta go back to TikTok. All right. Hina's sending me lots of good questions on TikTok. So Sala says, if a spouse application got approved but still waiting for embassy interview, can Trump block it? Yes, Trump can block it, and I think he will. I think if Trump gets elected, they're going to shut down those embassies from doing any kind of immigrant visa stuff. Especially, Sala, no offense, I say this as a Muslim. I see Arabic in your name. Everyone's got to remember the Muslim ban. He's promising to bring that back. So Latif, hi, I'm waiting for my I-551 stamp, and I get granted last week, but I haven't got it. So I assume you're talking from USCIS. They should have given that to you right away. Maybe you're talking from the embassy. I think you just have to wait and see what happens, Latif. Sorry about that. All right. Oh, here it is. They said I will get it in the mail 7 to 10 days, and it's the 11. I still haven't received it. Yeah, that's all subject to one final background check. So I think you're just waiting. TJ Kings asks, after a fiance visa is issued by the U.S. Embassy, how long does that person have to leave the country? There'll be an end date on the visa, so you got to get out of there by the time, whatever date they put on there. A lot of times that will depend on the medical. So it varies case by case. All right. Let's go to Timmy. Hi, Timmy.
How you doing, boss?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah. Mr. Jim, please, this question is kind of funny, but it's not really funny, but I wanted to get your advice on it and what the person should do. Is it good for someone if the lawyer is messed up to report the lawyer, or it's not a good thing?
Well, it depends. What do they think the lawyer
I have
did?
a friend that the lawyer helping him to fight for the VAWA. So I think they're trying to prepare for the VAWA. I asked that question during that time when around March, and you told me that the person can go ahead to file before the increments. That time we don't know how much the increments is going to be, so it's kind of push. So when this guy filed, the lawyer is not put the thing in quick. So to cut the story short, the lawyer put the application in, which the guy is already paid all the money, include the green card fee, everything. But the thing get down there April 1st. So now when the immigration wrote him back that they don't take the money from the green card anymore, then this lawyer is not return the money back for the guy. And I'm like,
are you sure it's a lawyer?
yeah, it's a lawyer.
And
Because he has
so
helped his before that they introduced him to him. And you know, like you said, when they fill the paper finish, he put information at the bottom of the sign, everything like that. So that's why. But I'm like, why can he do that kind of things? So I wanted to get your opinion on that.
well, let's figure out why was it not filed before the fee increase? Was it because of the client or because of the lawyer?
No, the guy already gave him all the money. He gave him
I know he gave him the money. It's one thing to give the money, but it's also like you have to fill out forms, you have to give information, you have to give documents. Did he?
He produced everything. He always said that, oh, family issue, busy. He said that he was busy because of family issue.
The lawyer said that?
Yes.
Okay.
That he had a family issue. So then he later filed the thing on the 30 or 31st. But when he get down there, it was get down there on the 1st of the April, according to them, that they received it.
So as we sit here right now, are the cases on file or are they not on file?
On file.
So everything's on file. It's just then how did they redo the fees? The filing fees?
They send the guy, you know, when they'll give you the receipts. So the first thing they send to him that your filing fee of whatever is rejected because we are not taking the money. You know, the lawyer, I think he used something like, I don't know, something that the lawyer used to pay. So they said they reject it.
Okay.
So he told me and he called the lawyer and the lawyer said, oh, your case is not having any problem, but he's going to refund you the money. I take too much money from you, they don't take it, I'm going to refund you. But since April, he has been playing game.
So your friend though has the receipt notice for the cases that were filed.
Yes, he have everything.
Okay, and how much money are you talking about?
I think it's 1,250.
So Temmie, they got to start emailing saying, hey, explain what happened. Say I need this money within 5 days, otherwise I'm going to have to seek other ways of relief. And then if he doesn't give it to you in 5 days, and say I'm going to give you one more day, and if you don't send it to me, I'm going to call the bar on you and tell them that you're holding my money.
Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Thank you, boss.
Later. All right, that's our friend Temitope. E-Cow's here. Hello. You're on mute.
Hello, Jim. How are you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I have two quick questions.
Okay, great.
My case got approved on the 29th of May, and then it's been 92 days, and I haven't received my card yet. So on the first 30 days, I called USCIS the number, and then I was told they tried to produce my card, but it failed. So they put in a ticket for that. And they told me to wait for 30 days. So within the 30 days, if I don't receive it, I should call back. So after within the 30 days, I still didn't receive my card, and I called them back. And then I was told it failed again. So it has been going on until the last time I called was on the 15th of this month. And then I was told on the 11th, they tried to produce it again, and then it failed again. So I'm kind of like frustrated. I don't know what's going on. So
I've never heard that in my whole life of people's cards not being able to be failing. I've never heard of that ever. That seems very strange to me. So you're like May, June, July, August. You're 3 months out and you don't have your green card still.
I have received my approval notice here with me, but
was this an adjustment case? You were adjusting status?
I was married to a U.S. citizen. My wife is a U.S. citizen.
And then you came to the United States?
No, I've been here for this will be my eighth year. I was here in 2017.
Okay, so you filed a 485. The 485 got approved, and you just haven't
Yeah,
gotten.
yeah.
Okay, boy, I don't know what to do. I would start complaining more loudly. I'd be calling them every day. I would say InfoPass. I would try to get an InfoPass to go down to your field office. This is crazy. 90 days for a work card is crazy.
Yeah. So the last time I called, the officer told me they were gonna refer the case to a second tier officer, and then he's gonna call me within like 7 business days. But I have not received any call or like any email. They sent me an email and they did told me my case is at production. So once it gets produced, it's gonna be sent. But till now, like
I don't believe them.
yeah.
Yeah. So InfoPass supervisor, tell me what field office is close to your house.
I live at Charlotte, North Carolina, so I think it's about just 5 minutes drive from my house.
Yeah. So I'd be trying to make an InfoPass every day until I can get down there and then tell some live person what's going on.
Okay. And then I have a second question that is for my friend, right? So he was also married to a US citizen, but they were married for 2 years. They went for their interview and everything, but within the time they were waiting for they didn't have their they didn't have when they went for the interview, like they didn't have any it wasn't approved that day, so they were waiting because I think they were doing some background checks or whatever. And then his wife was starting giving him problems. They had some issues, right? So he was kind of like fed up, and then he wanted to withdraw his I-145. So he went on, hired a lawyer, filed in to withdraw the I-485.
Why was he withdrawing the 485?
He didn't really tell me what was really going in, like what was really happening between
But you
him
think
and
it's something with the marriage, you think?
yeah. So he went ahead and then filed tried to withdraw the I-485, but unfortunately his case got approved a day before his lawyer sent in the I-4. So he
Okay.
already sent in the withdrawal, but the
Yeah.
next day his case got approved. So he was kind of like worried, is it gonna affect his case or like
Does he want his green card?
yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to explain it later to when he applies for citizenship. They're going to be confused. I mean, I would tell you this, Ecal. I've done this show where this is episode 663. No one's ever told me that they wanted to withdraw their green card, but it got approved anyway. That's crazy.
Yeah, it happened like so
Yeah.
the next
So the one thing I would say is before your friend files for citizenship, they should do a FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act, an I-639. I would wait like a year or two, either when they do the 751 or the N400, and try to get a copy of the whole file so they can see what notes are in there, whether the letter ever made it there. The letter might not have ever made it there,
so okay, cause like so when he spoke to his lawyer told him he actually sent the withdrawal. But then he told him like it's not gonna stop him from getting his green card, but he was still worried because he thought like probably since the lawyer sent in the withdrawal, maybe they are gonna refuse his
They could revoke it. I doubt it, but they could.
or like yeah. So that's it. So he was just wanted to know whether it's gonna affect his green card or like.
They could. Yeah. Thanks, bud.
All right, thank you.
See ya. All right, bye. All right. Let's go to Vivek. Hi, Vivek.
Hey, Jim. Thanks.
How you doing, bud?
Doing well. How are you?
Great.
I have a question about EB2 NIW.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Can you just
hear me now? Is that better?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Okay, perfect. So I have a question about EB2 NIW. I'm a data engineer at Facebook, and I have about 10 years of IT experience. I have a master's in computer science from the University of Texas. I also have an approved EB2 I-140 with a 2017 priority date, and I'm from India. The question I have is, would my case be eligible to try for an EB2 NIW. I do not have a PhD, nor do I have any research papers.
Well, you know, one of my favorite videos that I made is your NIW case is a loser. I'm very conservative on these things, right? So I think that if you don't have a ton of publications and, you know, all the things that they do to measure people's work, I don't think that's going to work.
Got it. And what do I do to increase my eligibility for the future? Does having a PhD help?
But what's it going to, you already have an approved I-140, right?
Yeah, it's a 2017 priority date, and it's going to take ages before I get my green card.
But EB2 NIW doesn't solve the visa availability program. It doesn't make it go faster. Then you would just have a priority date of 2024 on your NIW EB2.
Oh, so it does not speed up my, like, it doesn't waive the priority date requirement.
It does not.
Interesting. It's the same queue.
Yeah, you'd be getting in line 7 years behind the line you're already in.
Right, exactly. Okay. I did not know that. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying.
Bye, buddy. See ya. All right. Jawad is here. Hello, Jawad.
Hi, Jim. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
I'm a big fan of yours. I've been watching your videos since 2017 when I was
Thanks.
filing my 751. I'm a U.S. citizen now. I've brought my mom over. I'm asking for my sister. I was on your episode 309. My sister came here on a visit visa in 2021. And then we had filed my mom is a green card holder, and my sister was 17 years old at that time. So we filed a adjustment of status case for her. Her I-130 got approved we filed in April of 22, and our I-130 got approved April of 2023. But when we filed, the visa bulletin was current. But in April of 23, it retrogressed. So I do have a couple of questions. The first question is, she's about to be 21 in December. So would she get some leeway for her age? Right now, the bulletin shows that the priority date is around June of 21, I think.
Well, in order to give good advice on everything, I'd need to see the timeline. What has mom applied for citizenship? Mom's not applying for citizenship?
Oh, she's not eligible yet. She came in 21. She's going to be eligible in end of 25.
So mom came with your sister to the United States?
Yes. My mom got an immigrant visa, and then we had applied for a visit visa for my sister. She was 17 at that time. She got a visa.
Okay. So this is way too complicated for me to be able to do over the camera without looking at the dates and everything. If you want to email me the timelines and everything, I'll email you back what I think.
Okay. And then, I mean, that's my guess, but her I-130 got approved, and the I-485, it shows, it gives me the message that nothing is outstanding and we'll contact you when we need to, something like that. So does that mean that everything is okay and they're just waiting for the visa bulletin to be current?
What's the priority date on the
April 22.
April 22. So this is so this is an F2A category, right? It's the child of a green card holder.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting. So everything's fine. You're just waiting for the final action date to become current. So they're November of 21. What's your sister?
My sister's date of birth?
No, her priority date. Sorry.
April 22.
Yeah, so you're just 5 or 6 months away if it rolls, So I think everything's fine.
Oh, okay.
You're just waiting for the priority date to become current.
And then for the age thing, I should email you, and then you can let me know.
If you want to, yeah.
Okay, but the message says, nothing is outstanding on our end, and we'll contact you once we need more information. And in your experience, I was reading online do you think they've processed her application because they looked at both I-130 and the 485 together, or they're going to do an interview once the priority date becomes current?
Anything's possible.
Okay.
They could be done. They could do an interview. It's impossible to know, and every case is different.
And would they also, well, it depends. Would they also require another medical then?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, because she would have filed that before the rule change where they're good forever. So yeah, I don't know if that rule is retroactive or not. So there's a chance of that, sure.
And the retroaction, like, how does that work in terms of CSPA? Like, do we look at the approval for I-130, or do we look at the approval for the, for the visa bulletin? Like, how does that work?
That's what we're going to do in the email that you send me.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Rod.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Yep, for sure. Pierce is here. Pierce, are you there? Oh. Pierce bounced out. Looks like John still has another question. Did you have another question for me, John?
Yes, my final question is, let me, for now, I will leave here on the October for South Korea. In case I take a leave in my battalion commander from South Korea to Sierra Leone to process the marriage certificate and return back to South Korea, can it possible for me to apply for them now?
Sure. That's what you should do.
Sorry?
I said yes, that's what you should do. That's a good plan.
What I'm saying, I will leave here from US to South Korea on October this year. So because my plan is when I reach South Korea, then I will take a leave from my battalion commander from South Korea to Sierra Leone, from Sierra Leone again back to South Korea, not to US. Can it possible for me to file?
Yes.
Okay, the final question is, what you talk about visits, evidence of visits. I don't understand. Is it a document or what? What I don't understand the evidence of visits I should submit.
All your travel documents, hotel, airline, that's it. Passport.
Okay. So when I submit, I should photocopy my passport or whatever, or which other documents we call?
Yes.
I don't get you. I want to clarify this evidence of visits clearly.
All right. That's it for that. I can't handle that anymore. Let's drive me nuts. Okay, got some TikTok questions from Hina. All right, let's see here. I did see one. I don't know if she put it on here or not. Somebody wanted to know, how are they really talking to us? So there are a lot of scammers out there right now. So I appreciate that question. Our phone number is 314-961-8200. That's our email or our phone number. Our email is info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. On TikTok, that's where the scammers really are. @immigration hacking. No space, no dots, no immigration spelled wrong, no hacking spelled wrong. That's how you get a hold of us. If you really want to be careful, just call the office, 314-961-8200. Today, I sent someone a picture to let them know that it was really me. All right. I'm going to knock out a bunch of these. Okay. Let's see. How long is this is Atia. How long is the wait for a spousal visa for Canadians marrying U.S. citizens? About 2 years. The office in Montreal is very slow. I renewed my DACA and I also applied for PIP. I got appointment for biometrics. Will I lose DACA? No. My understanding is you will not lose DACA by applying for PIP. Are there other ways to get a green card besides marriage? Mickey asks. I have videos on this on our YouTube channel. But basically the 4 ways to get a green card, main 4 ways: marriage or family, employment, asylum, the diversity visa, and maybe an investor visa if you got a bunch of money. Bruno asks, what are the fees for naturalization through your firm? Our legal fees usually around $4,000. If you pay up front, you can save $500, Bruno. Mickey, what will happen after the election? Will there still be a fast process? I think he's talking about premium processing. Somebody asked me that yesterday. I don't think anything's fast over there. I do think things will slow down if Trump gets elected. El Crisat, my question is, someone takes an updated IRS transcript by hand, but doesn't upload it into the system, what happens? They'll usually upload it into the system themselves. Jimmy, my I-130 is approved and sent to the next level, and I'm waiting. However, can I cancel the process? Yes. You can always cancel the process up until the day of approval. One Don Kyle Supreme. If my wife and I military PCs to Guam from Florida via Hawaii, will this affect my AOS application? I'd be careful traveling, especially if you're out of status. Generally, no, those are all U.S. states or territories. But if you can avoid it, I would avoid it. Armin Metal, does USAS check the Google Drive or personal data and files? No, they don't. They can't check your Google file, not without a subpoena. Subpoena. My husband entered 2012, left 2018 voluntarily. Will he need a waiver? He does not have any deportation. Yeah, he would have a 10-year bar on coming back, Desiree. Kofi says, I'm on a B2 visa to be with my sick mother, but awaiting my I-130 approval. Can I change status on I-94? It depends if your spouse is a U.S. citizen. It depends when the I-130 gets approved. Lots of factors there, Kofi. You can't say for sure. Your love. Good day, Jim. What evidence do you need to gather to apply for citizenship? We answered that one yesterday. We also have videos on the YouTube channel about that. DJ Ray, I just filed change B2 to F1. Then want to get divorced and get married. 28-year age gap. We talked about this yesterday. Wait, is this yesterday's stuff? What the heck? Am I in yesterday's stuff? I think I went back too far. Oh, Jesus. All right, we'll start here at the bottom and work our way up. My son came in reunification program with 2 kids, but I can't read that one. This is G. Ibrahim. USCIS is holding my passport when I reported myself to them in New York. I came to the southern border early this year, and I was told to report at 26 Federal Plaza. I don't see a question in there. Hina, this is Wizzy Blacks. After the I-130 is approved, then what's next? It depends. If it's an overseas case, most likely it's going to the National Visa Center, then to the embassy. My son is 2 years old, and he's in Kenya. Can I get him a CRBA, Certificate of Live Birth Abroad, if I got my citizenship 3 months ago? I don't know. I'd have to do the math and do the calculations. Username 1453289. Can I apply for a green card? I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and we're both currently residing in Canada. Well, the U.S. citizen would need to show that they're domiciled in the United States and apply for an immigrant visa for you, and then they could go from there. All right, that was a bunch of them. Let's go to Jad. Hi, Jad.
Hey, Jim. How are you? My case is basically a bit complicated. We applied back in 2005 in the U.S. Embassy of Beirut, the I-130. And we basically waited patiently. Then in 2020, I thought some time had passed, and I called the U.S. Embassy. I asked about our papers. They said they haven't received anything. Another year passed. I was impatient, so I filled out a form, and they informed us that we did get our green card back in 2018, 2019. And since we didn't respond to them within a year, they terminated the process. The only issue is we never received any notification for any of it.
Okay.
So my question is, do I have to do it all over again, or is there a legal way to appeal that decision?
So the $1 million question is, if you were on notice in 2018, why are we just talking about this now in 2024?
Because I filled out a form, many forms over the course of from 2020 to now, trying to explain to the USCIS what happened. They just send me like a template every time, and I'm 25. I usually, in 2020 I was 21, so I just started work. I didn't really have all the financial support I needed to hire a lawyer, so I tried to do it myself. But now I've been working for 5 years, so I'm seeing should I pursue this legally or should I start it all over again?
I think that case is over.
It's over, terminated?
Yeah.
Just needed that clarification because I was talking to some lawyers and they were saying that maybe they can try to appeal it and have it open again. Well,
I think the chances of that are about 2%. So I wouldn't think that would be a good use of your time or money.
Okay, perfect. That was my only question. Thanks, Jim.
All right, Dad. See you, buddy. All right. Oh, look who's here. It's Big Mo. What's up, Big Mo?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you. So I'm still waiting for my I-130 to get approved. It's been 2.5 years. And the same as that other person, my priority date is March 22, and I think we're in November. You just checked the visibility, and I saw it. November 21, still so about 6 months away. So my question is, I read somewhere that when the fiscal year starts in October, they release new visas. Is that what happens? Is that how that works?
That'll be your best jump. That'll be the best jump you'll see in a long time. So yes.
Okay, cool. Now, the other question is, I'm still about 2 years from being able to apply for citizenship. I've only had my green card for about 3 years through my son.
Remember?
Right. So my question is, will my spouse be, let's say they get their green card next year through me. It's a consular case, right? And I become a citizen when they're still, let's say a year or two after he gets his green card. Will he be able to apply for citizenship now that I'm a citizen 2 years from now?
Yeah. Look, this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite questions. I'll explain it to you. This is how I always think about it. Okay.
Okay.
In order for them to be able to apply for citizenship under the 3-year rule, two things would have to be true. Number one, they would have to have their green card for 3 years.
For 3 years.
And number two, they'd have to be married to you for 3 years. So both of those things would have to be true on the day that they apply for citizenship.
Oh, okay. So that'll probably be so that'll be okay. I got it now. So he has to wait 3 years no matter what. It's not like
because he'll have the marriage part nailed down, but having the green card won't cut it.
Right. He has to wait 3 years to do that. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I like the show and I watch it when I can. And sometimes at night. Last night I had a half a bottle of wine when I listened to yesterday's show.
Oh, you were drinking. I'm driving people to drink. Well, that's just because you're bummed out because your damn case is taking so long.
Yes, it is. That's right. Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Buddy. Good seeing you. Yeah, for sure. All right. Yep. All right. Pierce is back. Hi, Pierce.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm still waiting on my wife's appointment. And then there's a section that says I should send them a proof of my employment. So what documents should I send to show them the proof of my employment?
Recent pay stubs and a letter from your employer verifying your employment. Most HR departments know how to do it. It's just, yeah. Pierce works here. He started this day. He works here. This is his job, and this is how much he makes.
Okay. Because I work with my dad. We are self-employed, so I was trying to find out, should I let my dad write something for me?
Yeah.
To show them
on company letterhead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then my second question is, so my brother also became a citizen, and he already has a daughter who is about 10 years in Ghana. Is she automatically a citizen, or does he have to file for I-130 if he wants to bring her over here?
He just became a citizen?
Yeah, he just became a citizen this year.
I-130 for the kid, and then later on he can get a citizenship.
Okay, so the child has to come here first.
He's not a citizen by operation of law, no.
Okay. I thought maybe if she was under 17 or she was under 18, she's okay.
If she were here in the United States, having entered on a green card, that'd be true. But being overseas, no.
Okay. So what if, for instance, if I have a baby outside the United States, is he a citizen or right now?
If a U.S. citizen has a baby overseas, are they a citizen? Well, that's when I always get out my book because the laws change. But basically, if you have been in the United States for 5 years, 3 of which after you turned 14, then if you have a child born outside the United States, they're a citizen.
Okay. All right.
But it all depends.
Thank you so much.
It all depends. Are you married to the mother? There's all different kinds of stuff. So I always go back to the book and start from scratch.
Okay.
See you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Jim.
You got it. All right. TikTok time. Yeah, we did that one yesterday. Okay. I'm supposed to be looking for Jemima, but Jemima, here we go. A friend wants to file for her dad. But her uncle filed for him and was approved 11 years ago. He didn't follow up or did anything else. Should she file for her dad again or follow up on the old case? I think Jemima is actually here. Jemima,
yes, I'm here. Hi. Yes.
How you doing? Yeah.
I'm
So,
doing well, thank you.
is she a U.S. citizen?
She is a U.S. citizen now. Yes.
Just have her start. Don't maybe mess with that old case from dad. That 11 years still isn't current yet. So just have her. If she's a U.S. citizen, have her apply for dad. It's a lot easier. Is dad on her birth certificate?
Yes.
Giddy up. Just do that. Much easier.
Okay, so she should just scratch the case that was approved 11 years ago.
I wouldn't scratch it. Just I would. There's nothing to do. That's not going to be current for another 5 or more years. So she'll have him here and he'll have his green card. But and then they can laugh. He'll probably be a citizen, and then they'll say, "Hey, brother's case is finally current."
I see. Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and.
I wouldn't withdraw uncle's case. I would just start
Mhm.
on the new case.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'll let her know. Appreciate
See ya.
you, Jim.
Bye. All right. That was Jemima. How safe is it to go to my consulate appointment with I-601A, I-212 approved and having order of deportation? So I assume that means you're inside the United States. I'd be very worried. They love to come up with other reasons why to not let you into the United States. But then again, you have to ask yourself, do I want to go now or do I want to go after possibly Donald Trump getting reelected? So that's my thoughts about that. Can siblings file for other siblings in Georgia, and how long does it take? So I'm assuming that they mean Georgia, the country, and the wait right now is like 17 years. It's probably going to be 30 years by the time there's actually a green card available. All right. My son is too. Oh, we did that one already. We did that one already. Can I file tax separately for IRS purposes in a marriage-based case? I have videos on that. Just check out the YouTube channel about whether or not you should file jointly or separately. I am here 26 years. I got 2 DUIs. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. Can I get PIP? I would say no. Well, not right now. Nobody can get PIP, but I would say with 2 DUIs, they're not going to give it to you. It's a discretionary thing. Lappy says, "Hi, sir. My I-130 was approved since February 17th, 2023, and the NBC asked me to wait for 60 days, and now 60 more days." Yeah, you're just waiting, Lappy. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go to Yada. Hi, Yada. You're on mute, buddy.
I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. So one or two things prompted my reason for coming on the show. I've been watching your shows. I've been watching your videos with Amani also, preparing for an interview with my wife. I really want to say thank you for all of those. But I have an interview coming up next month. I'm from Nigeria and
Yeah.
I'm 29 years old. But I was wondering, I know there's different reasons why USCIS decides to schedule an interview for an applicant. So I applied for a waiver to be exempted from vaccines, and I made my arguments on the form, politely, but I just told them that I don't want to take any vaccines because I don't believe they're healthy for me. I made it personal because I'm speaking for myself. And also, I did come to the US the first time in 2014 with a B1, B2 visa. I was here for a month and I went back home. And then I did apply for a school in Florida. So I got an F1 visa after that, came to school, and it didn't work out because the person who was supposed to help sponsor for my education changed his mind after I got to the US, like immediately. And so I was at the school for about 2 weeks waiting. I have some documents to show that I was actually at the school, documents from the school, enrollment forms and receipts and all that.
What documents do you have, Yada, to show that the person backed out at the last minute? Because they're not going to believe you.
Okay, well, I don't have a document saying he backed out, but he just wouldn't respond to his messages anymore. Even the school reached out to him and he didn't respond to them.
Okay.
My admissions officer at the time, Jennifer Marks, I'm sure she no longer works there, but she reached out to him by email and he didn't even respond. My dad back there tried to reach out to him and he wouldn't respond. I tried myself, he wouldn't respond. And so I was stuck in Florida, but I couldn't just sit there. So I just came to where I had a few family members and friends here in Texas. So I've been in Texas since then. And I got married to my wife in 2023, February of last year. And we've been together. The marriage is fine. We actually live with her parents on the property, that is. We have our own building where we live, but we live with her parents. Everything's going fine with the marriage. I just wanted to know if you think that USCIS is scheduling an interview because of either the vaccines or because of the whole school deal.
Have you ever been vaccinated for anything?
When I was younger, they did it routinely. When I was like a child, when I was like a toddler, basically in school, back then in Nigeria, they would give you vaccines for all kinds of stuff. But
So
as I grew older,
have you gone to the civil surgeon here despite the waiver request?
yes, I did. I did my medicals, and the doctor was able to put on the form that the applicant would be requesting a waiver for vaccine exemptions. And I sent that I-693 to the USCIS. I sent it twice because I think they misplaced the first one, so I had to go back there, get another one, and I sent it again because they sent an RFE for it.
Okay, so what your question for me is, which do I think they're going to make more of a big deal about? The
Right.
waiver?
Right, so I can focus more on
both.
preparing.
I think both.
Okay.
I think that you're giving them lots of problems. I mean, they're going to be really pissed about the school. They're not going to believe you at all. They're going to think your plan was always to go to Texas. So you got a big strike against you there. Then you were out of status when you got married. That's strike 2.
Yes.
And strike 3 is you're asking for the vaccination exemption.
Okay.
So I think your case is in trouble, and that's why they scheduled it for an interview. And I think they're going to give you a hard time, and I think they're going to give your spouse a hard time.
Okay. So you think it's advisable to appear for the interview with an attorney? Because I'm actually using an attorney for when I applied for my application.
Yes, I think you should bring an attorney with you to the interview. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's all the questions. I actually have one more question, but you had answered it in a previous video.
Awesome. Thanks, Yada. Have a good day, bud.
Thank you so much, Jim.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye. All right. Yeah, we don't help people with waiving the vax, so we wouldn't go to that interview. We don't work on those cases. We think people should get vaccinations, and we think it's good for society. I'm going to take one more. Nadia's been waiting a long while, so I'm going to say hi to Nadia. Hi, Nadia.
Hi, thank you for letting me in. My name is Nadia. I have been living in the US since 2014. I came with a visa, but after that my country went very bad, so I request asylum. And I have been here since then. I was approved. I have my work permit. Every time it's expired, they give it for 2 years. I renewed my work permit last year. They gave me for 5 years now, but they never sent me an invitation for any interview for my green card. And I have 10 years here already. I'm a registered nurse with 2 stable jobs. So I just don't know what to do next. Can I apply for green card and citizenship at the same time because it's 10 years?
No.
What should I do now?
Well, you have to ask yourself, do I think my asylum case is very, very strong? If it's strong and you've updated it, like, your case is 10 years old now, right? So
yes.
So if you feel like you have a strong case and you feel like you have what we do in situations like this is we look at the file, we update it, and then if you're ready to go and you think it's strong and we think it's strong, then we sue them and say, hey, you fools have been sitting on Nadia's case for 10 years. We want a decision, and then they'll interview you and decide it in about 3 months total.
Okay. So should I call your office for that?
Yeah. Just send us an email. Just send an email, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, and say, this is Nadia. I was just on with Jim, and I want to talk to him about a lawsuit. We can follow up with you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Nadia.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. I got to bounce. I hope you all have a great night. Tomorrow, the show will be at 2 p.m. Central, our last show of the week. Probably won't do one over the weekend, but we will do one tomorrow, last one of the week, 2 p.m. Central on TikTok and on your YouTube. Thanks, everybody. See ya.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of